Just one click from a million is food for a month. And 3.3 million years ago, we killed for this food. Welcome to the attention economy, where although now we don't really kill for it, things here are still pretty intense. To put this into scale, Forbes estimates that the global net advertising revenue together in 2023 alone was $853 billion. And Google claims that their Google advertising revenue alone is $77.25 billion in the last quarter of 2025. To put this all into scale, to help you visualize this better, if $1 was a second, 1 billion seconds would be 37 years. It's actually pretty simple. Whatever gets clicked by the person and gets watched to the end gets promoted by the algorithm. You may think you're leading your life with a perfect amount of intention and nobody can manipulate you. But you just clicked something that said click this without any further context. At the start of this video, I showed you guys an arbitrary number, 2500. Where did that come from? Well, that's just ad revenue. If you just take your phone out of the pocket and decide to start vlogging your daily wisdoms, you get $2.5 per 1,000 views. And when you multiply that with a million, you get 2,500. And mind you, lifestyle is one of the lower paying things when compared to the highest, which are finances and digital marketing and stuff like that. And why I'm stressing on this is because there's a real incentive for these creators to know your attention psychology. And the ones who rise to the top by natural selection, they know a lot more than everybody else at the bottom by a very huge margin. And they know how to invoke different contexts to get different types of your focus at different times of the video to make you feel different things. I'd even go as far as to say that if you put them in a Shark Tank episode, even with a terrible idea, they'd come out with funding. Is this good or is this bad? Well, that depends on the creator. From humans having evolved to focus inside of so many different contexts, we developed different types of focus. And to invoke a specific type of focus, you invoke that context behind that focus. And there's a lot of ways to do that. So here are 3 contexts the big names are using to get you to click and watch till the end. And they depend on the 3 deepest neural pathways inside your brain. The first one is your lizard brain. You know how we have a thinking brain and a subconscious brain, right? A brain that works on impulses and a brain that works based on memory, recall, and all of these more powerful things. Why do you need a small brain? Well, to, tell you to eat when you're hungry, to avoid danger when you see it, to stack up on pleasure if you find something pleasurable. And this impulse brain, people like Mr. Beast are using it hell a lot. Take this thumbnail: sharks, primal fear, amygdala files, and then an increasing range of contrast, and there's so much more, and a lonely isolated composition showing him very clearly being surrounded by the sharks. So that's number 1. The number 2 is my most favorite because it involves your thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex. There's a certain way to feed the amygdala, which is overstimulating it and calming it down and doing that. And there's a certain way to get the prefrontal cortex. And I prefer the prefrontal cortex because it's easier to keep the attention of the prefrontal cortex. Let me show you. At the start of this video, you saw click this, and you saw subtext and the mystery. So you were kind of having a guess of what it was not. And that created an internal conflict within you that needed resolution, right? So these things are called open loop questions. And when you frame them correctly, people want to watch a lot more of your things.
Ready? When you fly over Antarctica, all you see is white. You don't hear any birds. You don't see any plants. It looks empty. But there's something hiding down below this ice.
The third one is memory. If you have seen something consistently in the past, you keep asking this question of where is it from or what does it do and all of these things, but you don't really have a solution to them. That's a different type of attention, and that comes from your curiosity gap, which is you know something, but you don't know the whole of it. And that is this video. That's why this became a banger. And lorem ipsum, which is a specific thing in Latin, and it's basically blundered and chopped up Latin. And she made a video on this, which was pretty long, but people watched it because it involved the prefrontal cortex and the memory. And these three basics, if you use these three basics together itself, you'll get a lot of views. But there's obviously a lot more ways to get views. Hey, now that you've learned so much more about intention, do I get to have your intention to support the channel? Well, to give you more informational things like this and some tech to help you live more intentionally, that is exactly why I'm working this hard to make this channel grow. And if you want to see me post more videos like this, give me an incentive to do that. Hit the subscribe button, all of the other buttons to support the channel, and then I promise to work tirelessly and not cut any corners at making cool stuff. It's been very funny to read that humans have crossed the goldfish to become the animal with the shortest attention span with 8 seconds on a static web page stare contest. Damn, right? I just read from Nat Geo that the average attention span for a semi-passive activity like watching a video or reading something is 40 seconds in 2026. And it's because of this one phenomenon in long form content, which is more stimulating now, and short form content as well. That is, people try to make more stimulating things to engage more people, and that paradoxically reduces their attention span. So now they have to work harder to get the same people, and so on. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Cognitive overload. Cognitive overload is what happens when the brain tries to process too much information. It starts to forget what it started processing in the first place. And this is why school is ineffective. But coming back to my point here, those 30 shots you scrolled, the first one you forgot, that is exactly why you forgot that. And it also has a side effect, which is you developing a tolerance for this kind of cognitive overload. So what happens is you scroll, and you develop an immunity to that kind of overstimulation, but you still are in cognitive overload and you still can't process that much information because that's the brain ceiling. Unless you have a flight or fight response to react in a different way, the brain is cognitively overloaded and it can't do shit. And the biggest irony in this, in my opinion, is that people scroll to rest and they cognitively overload their brain without even knowing it. Unless you yourself step back, this game is going to continue. I have explained to you the motivations that creators have to optimize their videos for this, and I have explained to you how big this economy is. And the only way for you to actually regain your attention and your intention is to step back from a few things. It's to live with more curiosity than with a need for stimulation. You get me, right? When you decide to claim back your attention, you will have to do a lot of hard things. And that includes taking Instagram off of your phone. It includes turning off your watch history so that you don't have a recommended feed or an endless shorts feed bit. And it includes deleting TikTok, because TikTok is straight up a problem. It's not even controllable. Instagram is somewhat controllable if you have it on your laptop, and YouTube is partially controllable. I made a whole video about this, about reclaiming your intention as a love letter to intentional living. Take a look at it if you want to. And that was it for this video. I'll catch you in another one. Till then, it's Monster signing off from you for the day. And here's a brofist to end it all now. Not end it all, but you get it right.